up, no counter.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to welcome all board members to the meeting of Dahmakan Sembilan Berhad. Thank you for being present in this meeting. Will the meeting please come to order?
Good morning, sir.
Alright. I would like our secretary and also our production manager, Mr. Muaz, to proceed of the correct is present of the board meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dear all, as stated in the notice, the purpose of this meeting is as follows. First, identify the main issue that we are having, which is our shortage of worker and food supply problem due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The second one is brainstorming ideas on the different approach that we can use to deal with this matter. Each person will be appointed to share their ideas. Third, discuss the steps that can be conducted to resolve this problem. Once we have discussed the solution for each problem, we can start taking action by making preparation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Muaz, for briefly explaining our meetings. First thing first, it is known that we have suffered a lot financially due to COVID-19. So, can I have Miss Nadia to report to me our profit and loss for this month?
Alright, Mr. Iskandar. In July, our sale with RM 65,000 and the cost was RM 46,000. So, our net profit was RM 19,000. But in August, our profit was less as our sale fell to RM 55,000 and the cost is RM 48,000. So our net profit is RM 7,000 and of course it's mainly due to the new implementation of rule by the government with its movement control order MCO. We are functioning at a limited capacity with reduced hours.
Okay, if I may add, the reason why we are experiencing loss isn't just due to the decreasing number of customers, but during pandemic, there is standard operation procedure or in general SOP that we need to follow during our operation hours. And therefore, as long as the pandemic is ongoing, there is a need to spend extra money to provide the workers with necessary equipment such as face masks and hand sanitizer to ensure their safety. So that factor also contribute to the increase in our operation costs.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Faris and Miss Nadia. Okay, everyone, let's go to the main objective. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the problem that we are having right now, which is the shortage of workers and our food supply issue. How do we tackle this issue, Miss Nadia? Do you have any suggestion in your respected area on how to tackle this issue?
Yes, Mr. Iskandar. We need to increase our focus on employer recruitment and to combat the worker shortage. We have to boost awareness that our restaurant is hiring and make the job listing more appealing.
Can you elaborate your point? All of us would like to hear more about it.
Sure. To To do this, we must begin promoting the open position at our restaurant. There are several options for getting the attention of potential employees, including advertising on social media or online employment website. LinkedIn is an excellent choice for reaching a broad audience of job seekers, as is the job requirement site in Indeed. Another good strategy is to offer incentive for current employees who refer individuals who eventually get hired. Many our employees have been in the restaurant industry for years and are acquainted with many qualified candidates.
Ms. Nadia, how can we encourage our employees to work for us longer? Recruiting new employees is simple, but keeping them on board requires more effort.
That's good question, Mr. Zuliman. Retaining employees is a difficult task in our profession. I am aware of that. Since losing their jobs, many restaurant personnel, including wait staff and different types of chefs, haven't joined the business again. So after selecting the best candidates and even to retain our current staff, we must concentrate on keeping them on our team at the restaurant. To do this, we may also provide them with a range of pay, benefit, and incentive package to set ourselves apart from the competitors. Highest hourly pay, singing and perform incentive, and a time frame for perform review and proceed salary increase are a few examples of what this may entail. We don't have to go all out, but we can offer benefits like healthcare, flexible including extra vacation days, longer break, free meals, and chance for advance in addition to competitive compensation.
Sounds great. Well done, Miss Nadia and Mr. Zriman. Are there any suggestions you would like to make on behalf of the production area, Mr. Muaz?
Yes, I would like to make a suggestion. Since we have an issue on worker shortage, I suggest that we train our existing workers. I have organized a schedule to cross-train the workers to help them acquire more skill and expand their knowledge in different departments. This way, we can help the areas that need more workers, which will ensure that we have maximum efficiency to meet our required deadline. Not only that, but cross-training also help to increase employee engagement, improve productivity, and bring significant investment to the company. Since hiring a new employee is more costly and time-consuming, the job can be done much faster without having to hire anyone new.
Well, that was a good idea, Mr. Muaz. The training schedule need to be reviewed because we don't want it to be too long. We are currently short on workers. We need them to be ready as soon as possible.
Yes, I understand, Mr. Iskandar. I will do a thorough checking on the training schedule to make sure that the training hours do not overlap with their working hours, as well as making sure that the schedule is not too long since their working schedule is already packed. I will attempt to finish it by the end of this week so that you can review the schedule at the next meeting.
Thank you, Muaz. Anyone else have anything to add?
I do.
Go ahead, Mr. Faris.
I just want to say that I think Mr. Moss' idea was really good. I just want to add a minor suggestion to that, since Mr. Daniel touched on the time constraint is now about training the workers. If that is the case, then I think for the time being, we shouldn't train every single worker, but rather we should focus on training just the server on the waiters. Because the thing is that our restaurant provides both dine-in and delivery service. However, we have more staff working in dine-in service than delivery. If we take a look at the trend during this pandemic, most people are scared to go out and dine inside restaurant due to fear of infection. So they will prefer ordering food online for delivery because it feels safer. So that is why I think we should limit the number of staff for dine-in service and shift our focus to delivery service by training the server or waiter to carry out delivery tasks. This way, not only can we utilize the number of workers that we have, we could also cut back on the facilities and maintenance costs.
Nice. You make a good point, Mr. Faris. The trend of people relying on food delivery have become since the start of the pandemic. It is important for us to capitalize this. On my part, I will find a way to develop and strengthen the organization climate. I can see that we can take this as an advantage for our company. Is everyone okay with it?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Mr. Daniel. May I give another opinion?
Yes, Mr. Zuriman, proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Daniel. In my opinion, it would be a good idea to implement a QR code ordering system that could connect customer to an online menu. The delay for a server to hand over a physical menu to a customer is no longer necessary. Instead, customer can use a digital menu to browse the menu as soon as they are seated. Not only that, but managing the menu is also easier for us. For instance, we wanted to modify or alter the menu to make it look a lot more engaging and appealing to our customers. In addition to that, I advise implementing an automated inventory management system. Our employees had less work to do because of the system's ability to track the product via the system. With the edit to our system, we might to be able to cut down on the amount of food loss we now experience, making this a dual purpose answer to both of our problem. As we all know, there is an issue with the shortage of food supply. With the system assistance, we could manage the food supply more effectively because we are not doing so manually. Last but not least, because of the pandemic, we are also making a loss because less people are buying from us. Most people are reluctant to leave their homes due to fear of getting infected. Additionally, I recommend that we add our restaurant to food delivery service like GrabFood or Foodpanda. Just like what Mr. Muaz mentioned, it is important for us to join in with the food delivery service. With this, we could continue to operate our business throughout the pandemic.
That's a good idea, Mr. Zuriman. We can train our employees to use the latest restaurant technology to increase productivity and make them feel more valuable.
Thank you, Miss Nadia and Mr. Zuriman. That was a very good idea. Actually, we can also save our budget this way. When we are planning to change the menu, we just have to edit it digitally. There is no need to reprint the menu anymore. Miss Nadia, what do you all think about the tasks that have been given to the staff? Should we trim some of it and make it automated? We might need to invest in technology that can automate some of the time-consumed tasks.
Yes, Mr. Iskandar, why not? This will surely lighten the burden of a restaurant staff. I think it is important that we are not filling non-essential responsibilities onto the plates of our skilled workers. Things like an inventory reservation can be automated without a huge investment, and it will save our skilled staff a ton of time. This will let them focus on their work and they will behavior for it, which leads to more productivity and higher retention.
I see, Miss Nadia. Can I have you work with Mr. Faris on this matter? I want you to prepare a list of the tasks that we can automate. In the next meeting, we can discuss it and make amendment to what is necessary.
That, Mr. Iskandar, I will prepare the list and do research about the technology that we might need for that. Mr. Faris, I need you to email me on all the technology that we are using right now. I need to review what technology we are using to make sure we are not over budget while preparing the list.
Of course, Miss Nadia. I will send an email to you after the meeting and I will attach all the details with it, including the maintenance costs for it.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Faris and Miss Nadia. So let's move on to our next agenda. What about the issue with food supply? Anyone have any idea to propose?
I have an idea, Mr. Daniel. We should reduce food waste to help with food supply issues. As we are all aware, food waste is a common thing in many restaurants. It can be due to many reasons. Sometimes customers may order too much food that they can't even finish, and the leftovers are often thrown away. Or sometimes food is waste due to spoilage because they were not correctly handled and stored. So if we could prevent this thing from happening, the food that is to be wasted could have been used to cover for our food supply shortage. It's not a complete solution for this issue, but it could significantly help us from suffering to many loss.
It seems like it is viable to do, but do you have any way to make it work?
Yes, Mr. Daniel. For starter, we can implement a zero waste policy for our business. Zero waste policy is not a new thing. A lot of restaurants are already doing it, and they are able to save a lot of costs from its implementation. Some of the policy may include something like if the customer ordered too much food and they couldn't finish it, they may need to pay for the food they have wasted. It is not necessary that we strictly follow this. We can have our own rules for our zero waste policy. But the point is that through this policy, customers should be made aware that they also have a responsibility to avoid food from being wasted, and this in turn will decrease the likelihood of them ordering more than what they could eat.
I see, Mr. Faris. What about the handling of the food? We need to consider how we keep them or not. We need them to be fresh, but at the same time, we need to be aware of their expired date and everything. Mr. Faris, do you have proper guideline on how to handle this?
Yes, Mr. Daniel. It's not in my area of expertise, so I can't give a detailed guide. But in general, we need to make sure that staff are storing food items in appropriate containers and at optimal temperature to preserve the food better. They should also label all the perishable products from the date that they were received, the date they should be considered expired, and the number of serving within each container. Furthermore, we need to implement strict rules where the staff need to always keep their hands, utensils, and kitchen surface clean before handling any food item.
I agree with Mr. Faris that implementing a zero waste policy will help us cut down on food waste. With this, our client would consider before placing an excessive order.
Nicely done, Mr. Faris. That was a very good explanation. Thank you for the propositions. Any idea to add up?
Mr. Daniel, I propose that we alter our menu in accordance with the available ingredients. This will help us to lessen the food supply issue. Just like I said earlier, it should be simple for us to alter the QR menu on the website without any issue. With our current issue with the food supply, I also suggest that we make a menu that use less ingredient so that we could still manage to provide a good number of dishes for our customer. Other than that, I would advise us to limit some for our menu option to a specific amount each day, or to designate a season during which the menu would be available to our customer.
Yes, I agree with Mr. Zulaiman. By doing so, our chef should concentrate on flavor, option, and simpler preparation. They focus on available items that are less impacted by supply issue. Organize menu by shift and cross utilize flavor SKU stock keeping unit. Across multiple application, our staffing shortage and supply chain uncertainty can be reduced by this simplified method.
Thank you to Miss Nadia and Mr. Zulaiman. That was a brilliant idea. In my perspective, Mr. Faris' idea on how to manage food shortage by reduce food waste is doable to according to the state of our company right now. While Miss Nadia suggestion to solve work stage by boosting awareness in our hiring and making job listening more aptly need more data to back that up. So I want both of you to present your idea truly in the next meeting. Overall, today meeting was very productive. I like what I am seeing today from all of you. Kudos to everyone. Anyone have any words to say before we call off this meeting? No? Alright. Great. May I have our secretary, Mr. Muaz, to present the full resolution of this meeting, please?
Thank you, Mr. Iskandar. Based on our discussion, these are the full resolution of this meeting today. Mr. Faris need to present his full plan on how to resolve the food supply issue and provide a proposal in the next meeting. As for Ms. Nadia, you are required to present more detail on how to solve the worker shortage issue by boosting awareness in our hiring and provide a proposal at the next meeting. Regarding Mr. Duriman's suggestion on changing our menu to reduce our food supply issue, you will need to show us the menu in the next meeting for us to review it. Ms. Nadia and Mr. Faris, both of you need to work together to prepare a list of the tasks that we can automate and the cost of the technology needed for that. And I will provide the final plan for the cross-training schedule to Mr. Iskandar by the end of this week. That is all from me. I hope everyone is clear on the tasks that they need to do.
Alright, Mr. Muaz, if there is no discussion, the discussion is now closed. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in the next meeting. I hope we can resolve this issue quickly and smoothly. That conclusion, the formal part of our meeting. The board meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.